Come on, let's go. Gotta live in the moment and reach for the golden sun, 'cause life's what we make it. Come on, let's go.
Go on, Andy!
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
It's on, Andy! Andy, it's on! Come on, mate, it's on!
Greetings. Let's talk about week 9 of training for Valencia. Now, last week, because in reality it was last week, I ran 89 point, I think, 1K. If it was 0.9, then I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I would have obviously just gone and done 100 meters in my PJs if I had to get 90. Big week for me, and a week that was a little bit of recovery from Cardiff, which was the big one that I'd just done, you know, the Sunday before, which was that big half marathon PB that I managed of 1:33. So yeah, this week I just thought, I knew that the deload was coming the week after, which is week 10, which is this week that I'm in now. But week 9, even though I'd done a hard run, I knew I still needed to do a fairly hard week, because it's marathon training. At the end of the day, marathon rules all. And I've got to tread that fine line between overtraining and making sure I'm getting enough training in, or the right sort of doing the right sessions and stuff. But again, I think we did it right. I think. Anyway, so let's start with Monday. So Monday last week, we started with an 11.3K run. This was just a nice easy one. Looking at my splits here, they were kind
It
of
was sunny when we left.
just close to that sort of 4-hour marathon time, which maybe is a bit, I don't know, I was going to say a bit quick, but sometimes it feels a bit slow for my easy pace. But it depends on the terrain that I'm running on. If I'm doing hills, obviously a 4-hour pace going up a hill was ridiculous, way too fast. But equally coming down, and sometimes on the flat, my heart rate is telling me that I could be going even faster. But I'm sticking with that nominated pace kind of zone between 5:45 and 6 minutes a K, which is around about, somewhere about that 4-hour marathon time-ish, that sort of pace. So that's what I've nominated as my easy pace. So that was Monday, and that was a nice easy one. Nothing really to write home about. I didn't run Wednesday morning, I didn't do my hill run. So I decided to run 6 days last week instead of 5. So the day after, Thursday, normally a rest day, I didn't put a rest day in. I put a running day in, but Wednesday was track, as always. So I headed over to track with the black pair joggers, and it was a good session. It was a hard session, and I started out a little bit slower and a little bit more measured, and then towards the end started to fly. Now, be honest, how many of you kind of go make a cup of tea when I start talking about my laps? When I'm talking about track, be honest. I'm going to just quickly skim through them. I basically ran 2 times a K at marathon pace, which is 4:45 a kilometre, which is bang on marathon pace. 60 seconds rest, 1 times 400, easy. Then I did that again. I thought, well, to save me doing another set, I quite fancy doing something a bit quicker. So Mac and I decided to do something, we decided to do the hard reps. And it was 5 times 200, zone 12, as I've put here, 200 meters recovery, and then 800 meters easy cool down. Now, when I was doing those 200s, I was trying to do them not as hard as possible, but pretty flat out, I guess, because I knew I had 5 of them, so I didn't want to do the hardest one first. But the 200s I was doing, I was just so pleased with. For example, my first one was 37 seconds, which is a 3:12 pace in kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, but it's fast for me anyway. Next one, 38 seconds, 3:20 pace. Next one, 38 seconds, same. Next one, 40 seconds, slightly slower. Last one, 37 seconds. So, bit quick, but I like doing it that way around. I like doing the marathon pace stuff first, and then the short, sharp reps at the end if we fancy it, and I did. So that's track done for another week. One thing I would not recommend is having your dinner about half an hour before track. I had the biggest stitch on the warm-up, so the first few reps weren't very pleasant, but that was quite good. Started with a bit of marathon pace, and the final set I ended up doing something a bit faster, so I did some faster 200 reps. But yeah, so that's the fastest I'm going to run this week, because it's going to be largely easy now for the rest of the week, and then next week's going to be a nice chilled recovery / deload week. So yeah, that's my wouldn't say my hard work done for the week, but that's definitely my fast stuff done for the week. Thursday, usually my rest day, decided it had to be hills.
It just gets better, better with you. We go together, sticking like glue. We'll do whatever, do what we do. And it just gets better, better with you. We'll go on forever, birds of a feather. It's getting better, it's getting better, better than you. It's getting better, it's getting better, keeps getting better with you. We're Sunday driving with my favorite tune, swimming.
Do you know one of my favourite things about this training block? All about training blocks in general, really. When you do these 16-week 4-monthers, you see at least one season change. And it's, for me, I'm such a happy little autumn runner. The fact that sunrises are no longer at brutal o'clock. The temperatures change, the colours, the trees. Love it, I just love it all. And come on, Daisy, keep going. Dog just spooked her. I think she just spooked that dog. But anyway, just love running at this time of year. It's just really good for me anyway. So I don't know if you can relate. Maybe you're more of a spring marathoner. But 9 weeks in, I'm really enjoying this training block. I've got to be honest. Really enjoying it.
11.5k of hills, no accidental partridges this week when I started cursing people that leave beer bottles on top of the beacon. But I mean, it's a bit of a problem. It could be a problem if the wind takes them and a dog, cuts their feet or whatever. And it was a bit accidental partridge last week, I will admit that. But the older you get, the more annoyed at things you get. Do you find that? I don't know. I'm just getting like really, really wound up by the smallest things lately, and people basically littering big things like beer bottles does my head in, to be honest. Couldn't look past it.
I just hate the general public.
Anyway, that was a good run. I did an hour and 10 of effort, and this was a 338 meters of gain, and yeah, looking at the splits, pretty good. My gap paces, some of them were a bit quick, but on the whole it was fairly relaxed, which was good. So Daisy and I enjoyed that one. And then on Friday it was a bit of a bigger run. It was 17.5 kilometers, but 17.5k of sunny Ks, which we're not getting here in October in the UK at the moment. So the sun was shining. I thought, yes, I'm going out. So that's exactly what me and Daisy did. We did 1 hour 38, 134 meters of gain, and the laps here got a little bit quicker towards the end. So I started to sort of fall into almost like a steady kind of state towards the end. Obviously, I was feeling good. I'd started out easy, and then maybe I just didn't have the discipline to keep it easy, but that's what I did. So on Saturday, I work down at my old uni, which is down in Bournemouth. Once a year I go down there and I've got a really nice little gig. And then I realised I can't do parkrun because I was down there for 8 o'clock. So I thought I could get a run in, but instead of coming all the way home and doing my run after a 3-hour journey back, why don't I just do a run on the seafront or maybe even through the New Forest? So yeah, I just thought I'd decide on the spot later that day what I would do.
This isn't my usual start to a Saturday. No parkrun today. Every October I get the chance to come back to where I was a student, when I was a mere teenager, when I was a nipper, when I was 18. I studied acting here at the Arts University Bournemouth. It was changed its name since I came here. It was then called the AIB, which is the Arts Institute. Now it's the Arts University. Basically, I come back every year to photograph the acting students, which is really cool. It's a really nice, easy gig. And that's what I'm doing today. So I've got 5 students to shoot. I'm here for a few hours, and then I'm going to go for a run afterwards at, well, whatever time I finish. And I also don't know where I'm going to go. I'm thinking of going to the New Forest, I'm thinking of going to the beach, I'm not quite sure. See what the weather's doing and see how I feel. I haven't bought my trail shoes, so probably best idea, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge later, but yeah, this is where I came as a student when I was 18. And this bit hasn't changed at all. But some of the buildings, like the ones that I saw just then, have shot up. But it's just so weird coming back. Like there's a little cafe, and there's the bar above it, a library. Handed my last minute dissertation in there. Was panicking, thinking I haven't finished it. I handed it in with about 3 minutes to spare. Got it printed out at the library. So yeah, it's so cool coming back. And it's also really humbling to be able to like work here at the place that I studied. So these are the little hallways that we used to be thespianing in. Little dance studio or something there. We used to do, pretend we were trees and stuff. That was the music room, the piano. Let's see if we can get in the theatre. That'd be good if we could. Good little theatre, good little space here. Quite nice. This is where I'll be doing all my "is there's a dagger I see before me" speeches and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool being back. It's just weird thinking over 20 years ago I started here. 2004, when I was 18, I came to Bournemouth. First moved away from home, spent my student loan in about the first 3 weeks, had to call me mum and say I've spent all my money, and basically nearly got disowned by my parents because they had to pay my rent for the next 3 months and give me some money because I just spent all the... What is an 18-year-old obviously going to do as soon as they get given a lump sum of money that they didn't have to work for? They're going to spend it. Did I choose the forest or the beach? Place your bets, go on, make a bet. 3, 2, 1. Hello, are you cute? 4 minutes in and I've already found baby donkeys. This is going to take me a long time to get round because it's going to be loads of donkeys and horses and stuff. Oh God, no trail shoes is going to be interesting as well. I love the New Forest, absolutely love it here. I'm doing it about an 8k, 9k loop of a little town called Brockenhurst.
Lap 3, 509.
God, I've got to slow down. I'm not looking at my splits, I'm just looking at the map and I've already gone wrong. So let's turn around and re-jump that puddle. Oh no, I can go this way. So, Garmin is on. I'm at the mercy of the map. Let's try not to get lost. Love it here. Love it. Let's go that way. Well, because I'm in a new place, I've run this far too fast, and the screen I'm looking at is just the map, so no idea about pacing, and I've got really carried away, which, to be honest, I've really enjoyed. Thank you. So, not that bothered about pace. I'll probably completely ruin my Sunday long run. But anyway, I've really enjoyed it. I've got a bit carried away, but it's been pretty good. So, Sunday long run, let's see what we can do tomorrow.
That run was awesome. That was 8.3k, and that was basically 5 miles of trees around the New Forest, and the trails were just beautiful. There was almost zero elevation, 38 meters of elevation, and it was just, it's just so pleasant. I'm a big fan of running through the trees in the forest, and I just really enjoy it, and especially when it's a nice trail, hard packed gravel. There was no, there's the partridge again, bit of gravel, and there was no mud, so I just really enjoyed it. And again, towards the end, I started to lose discipline, and then before I knew it, I tell you why I lost discipline, because I was looking at the map, because I'd plotted a route to follow on Garmin on my map, so I followed that, and as I was running, I didn't realise my pace, and I think I knew that it was a little bit quicker than easy, but I thought it's not that much quicker. And then looking at some of my paces, I'm at marathon pace here. Kilometre 5, 6, 7, 4:58, 4:53, 4:49. Probably a bit fast for just like a normal down day and a normal easy day, but I went with it and it felt good. And yeah, just so nice to run somewhere new. Sometimes you get energy, don't you, from places that you don't know. And ran around a lovely little village or town in the New Forest called Brockenhurst. Cracking place. Would recommend. And then it was the long run, and I'd done the maths, and I realised to get to 90k, which is my target, or 88k, I needed a 29k or a 30k, and decided on 30 in the end. I was going to do 29, but at 29k, I thought, well, what's one more k? We're going to be hurting tomorrow whether we do 29 or 30, so let's just do 30 because I like round numbers. And what I wanted was not what I did. What I wanted was 10k easy, and then a 2 kilometre at 5k. At 5k pace, at 5 minutes per k, which is 8 minutes a mile, and then a 1 kilometre float at sort of 5:30, which is more like, closer to 9 minutes a mile, 8:45-ish, times 4, and then we go back to 8k easy. And what I did was, did the 10k easy, you could do that no problem, but then when it came to the efforts, that's when the hills came. And I should have known better, because one of the roads that I explored on, which I'd never run on before, was called Hill Road. So I thought, I wonder if this is flat. No, it wasn't.
I have not timed this well at all. All my effort reps have fallen up hills, and I'm knackered. Morning. Oh God. Trying to do 5-minute Ks up a hill for the second time in 15 minutes.
However, I'm happy to report that the efforts were there, and the times weren't quite there, but they weren't far away. So for example, when I'm aiming for 5-minute Ks, those 8-minute miles, I mean, I was getting here in those effort reps, 5:07, 5:06, 5:04, 5:18, 5:24, 5:07, 5:01, 5:10. So not massively failing. And I think considering the elevation as well, I think I did quite well. And then I ran the rest of that easy. And I got 30k in the bag, so really pleased with that. And it was just a really good run, and the elevation was there again. That was a 386 meters of gain, and all in all I was running 2 hours 47 minutes for the 30k. So only 12 and a bit more k to go, and I've run a marathon. Let's not talk about the fact that I need to be doing it on average nearly a minute quicker per kilometre. Let's not talk about that. But I averaged the 5:35 pace. My Valencia pace that I really want is 5:45, but obviously because of GPS and all sorts of things that might, you know, ruin my day if I run to the watch, I think I'm going to have to probably shave 2 or 3 seconds off that. I might be looking at 4:42s, maybe even quicker. But yeah, it was week 9. I'd just done that half marathon the week before it. And I kind of had this realization that the first 8 weeks of training had gone really well. And now the next 8 weeks, I equally just want to kick on now. And I want to stop. I just want to get on with it. I just want to start putting more marathon pace in. I know that's what I didn't do on the long run, but that's what I need to do. And I need to just keep cracking on with the hills, because I think the hill runs and the hills have really helped me. Well, I just felt it in Cardiff. I literally felt myself going past people up hills, and that's never happened before, especially when holding a pace as well. So I need to just keep putting the hills in and keep putting those efforts, steady efforts, as marathon pace efforts in the long runs. The main thing that I need to keep reminding myself about is I'm here to marathon train, I'm here to train for a marathon. So the Sunday runs, the Sunday long runs will become a staple of the week really, and I'll probably look at moving everything around those, because really I'm in in reality I'm week 10 now, but we're talking about week 9 here. So I've only got about 4 or 5 quality long runs left really before the taper starts, where I'm doing some, you know, marathon pace stuff. And you know, just getting those steady efforts in, because when I'm tapering, I probably won't want to put much speedy stuff in, because I'll probably want to, probably being the main keyword here, probably want to slow things down and chill, hold things back in terms of intensity. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it in a few weeks' time. But the next 8 weeks is certainly going to be about keep banging on that door and keep going after that 320, because 320 in Valencia is what I'm here for. That's what I'm training for, not a 5k PB or a 10k PB. Those things are nice, but I think if I bonk and run horribly in Valencia, I think it'll almost maybe take the shine off the PBs that I've got or will get along the way. But anyway, maybe I'm overthinking it. PBs are PBs, you should celebrate them when you get them. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, for those of you that have made it this far. Week 9 done. Next video you see is going to be week 10, which I'm in right now, which is a deload week, which feels so good because I've had a bit of a chill this week, which has been lovely. And then we're going to get back on it with some proper good long runs. So I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.
It's on, Andy!